Now coming to clustering, clustering is a very specific, very special type of machine learning problem where you try to find groups that are originally existing within the data. The items that you're trying to group could be products, it could be people, or it could be anything. You just want to form groups that are inherently existing. Suppose if this is your original data set, just by looking at the data points here, you naturally find certain groups that are naturally formed here. You can use grouping or clustering algorithms to identify these inherent groups. Now, this is very clearly visible. The groups are very clearly visible, but sometimes this might not be very explicit. For example, you might have a very large set of customers in your organization and you want to find natural groups of customers. That is, customers that are similar to each other, you want to put it in the same group. Whereas customers that are very dissimilar and have a different patterns, it could be buying patterns, it could be demographic factors. The customers that are different from the other set, we want to have it in a different bucket. Clustering will help you solve this problem. Next is recommendation system. Recommendation system is a type of machine learning problem that is concerned about showing products to the users, and those products are something that the users are likely to be interested in. Typically, what is involved is you have a certain set of users in your company, right? And these users are interested in certain products. Let's say this is user one, two, three, and each of these users are interested in certain number of products, right? Now, this user is interested in these products. User 2 might be interested in 3, 4, 5. You know, user 3 is interested in 1 and 2. You might want to recommend to user 3 this product because user 1 and user 3 have certain amount of commonality between them. The chances that this particular user to be interested in this particular product is a little bit higher. It could be the case, right? This is one typical example of how a recommendation system can be designed, right? It's quite intuitive because these two guys are interested in product one. That is customer one and customer three is interested in product one and product two. It might be the case that since there is a good amount of overlap between customer three and customer three might also be interested in product three, which customer one had liked. And these are some of the very simple examples of recommendation systems that you would see in everyday life. This is for Netflix. This is for Amazon. Nearly all the popular e-commerce portals out there use some form of recommendation system for their users. Next is association detection. This can also be used as a recommendation system. What this tries to do is you have certain transactions involved for various customers in your store. Customer A might have certain billing. Customer B will have a certain bill. Customer C will have a certain bill, like that. You have a lot of transactions happening in your store. In many of those transactions, you will see products that are often bought together. If certain products have a higher affinity of being bought together, we create an association between those products. These kind of recommendations are actually very common in e-commerce stores. Finally, we have anomaly detection. Say you are the network administrator in your organization and you are watching over the incoming network traffic for various attacks and security threats. Now, you might have to be dealing with such attacks on a regular basis, for which you probably use a cyber security software to detect such anomalies. Now, internally, such cybersecurity softwares use anomaly detection techniques to detect such events. Here, in this particular thing, we have certain anomalous events occurring over here. Generally, the traffic is around this range. But in this interval, in this duration, you have a certain spike in traffic, which is certainly an anomalous event. After detecting it, you might want to have a closer look at why this kind of an event even happened. So whenever any data point in your data is behaving very differently from rest of the data, we call it as an anomaly. And machine learning can be used to detect them.